He's boom or bust. Boom or bust. I want consistency, especially if Riley Moss is covering him. Barbecue chicken all day. Yeah, screw
Yeah,
that
you
guy.
hate Riley Moss
With a burning passion of 1,000 suns.
Man.
Pat isn't boom or bust. He's consistent. Riley Moss, boom or bust. He'll either get a great pass block or he'll just get torched, and then just give a big play. My boy Imperil, shout out Imperil. He knows ball. He's
Moss
always in my
gets
chat.
Moss
He knows ball.
consistently. How about that?
Real coverage, real fans.
But guys, let's go ahead and let's transition on into week 9. And of course, we got to start with the team on top of the AFC West, and that is the Denver Broncos playing against the Houston Texans. Of course, we know the Houston Texans, CJ Stroud, that offense struggling, but that defense, that pass rush, easily still one of the best in the National Football League. Ryan, what are your thoughts about this one?
First of all, I just want to say, Jose, you're right. I'm probably going to pick the Chiefs when the Broncos play them in a few weeks. So anyways, depending on the injuries. But yeah, this is going to be a big test. I actually just came across this graphic right now. The Texans defense, man, they've held teams to between 5 to 15 points under each team's scoring average. So this is going to be a low scoring game, most likely, especially with our offense. I know they put up 40 something points. They've had a very good last 5 quarters. Big deal. It's just been 5 quarters, not 5 games. So I think, we're getting Dre Greenlaw back, most likely, because he was suspended for a game. So maybe that actually helped because, prevents him from getting injuries. Pat Surtain's going to be out. Riley Moss and Chris Abrams-Drain are going to have to step up. Jahdae Barron's going to have to step up as well, the nickel corner position, but he's been doing solid. He had his first pick last week. I have faith in Chris Abrams-Drain. I really like him. I honestly thought he should be cornerback 2 over Riley Moss. I don't make the decisions, though. And I have zero faith, actually negative faith in Riley Moss. He's going to get torched, especially if he's covering Nico Collins. That is the exact archetype. I'm going to say this every week. We go up against a receiver like this, exact archetype of a receiver that Riley Moss gets torched against. Tall guys, big bodies. Riley Moss has a smaller stature. He plays very handsy. Maybe he is getting targeted by these officials because he is just very handsy with it. I don't think it's because he's a white corner. I don't think that has anything to do with it. It's because he puts himself in bad positions and always gets PIs because he's too aggressive almost. His technique isn't refined enough. So hopefully he doesn't cost us a ton of DPIs or just getting burned over the top or something like that. This defense is going to have to adjust and learn to playing without Pat like they did last year a few times when he went down in the Chargers game. After the Chargers game, they adjusted. So they're going to have to step up. I'm glad we have Dre Greenlaw back because he's very good in the pass game, in the pass defense. And then this pass rush, they're going to have to get after CJ Stroud a lot quicker to help out the secondary without Pat Surtain there. So I think the defense is going to have to be just solid, hold them, do the best that they can. And then this offense is going to have to step it up even more. They have to show that what they did last week, they benefited from it. The offense is a lot smoother. The run game is a lot smoother. Bo's got to come out there and really put the team on his shoulders and carry them to victory. And everyone's just got to execute ultimately. I don't want to see tons of penalties and all this stuff going on because this is going to be their biggest test this year. And if they win this game, then, I'll start talking a lot more highly of this Broncos team because you can't use these moments for excuses of, we lost against the Texans. We didn't have Pat Surtain. No, you got to step up. Injuries happen. This is football. And when your best guy goes down, it's next man up. And you got to show that you have the depth there. So I do think the Broncos will squeak this one out. Ultimately, Texans are 3-4. Your record is what you are. And I think they'll be able to squeak this one out.
Absolutely. Well, Ryan is going to be taking his Denver Broncos. Let's go on over to James. James, who are you taking to win this matchup?
Ryan said it perfectly, though. This is going to be a low-scoring game. I mean, Texans are the top defense in the league in points allowed. I mean, that is a huge stat because you're going up against another defense that's actually really good about not allowing points. Now, the offense for both of these teams aren't good at this point. It's kind of a little bit off as the offense. Now, I don't think this is going to be one of those get-right games where the offense looks like they could score 33, 40-plus points. This is going to be a very low-scoring game. Also, the thing is, though, the Texans are one of the top defenses in takeaways, too, on defense. So that's something to keep an eye on, too. I will just point out a little bit on the Texans, too. They have only beat teams that are bad defenses. And unless if you count last week against the Niners, they did beat the Niners 26-15 last week. So This is going to be a tough game for the Texans. And they did score 26 points last week on the Niners. So I'm going to lean a little bit more on the Texans on this one. Maybe it's a little bit more of like they could get this mojo kind of rolling, and this might have been that turning point of their season. Now, I'm not saying they're going to win the division because they're in a tough division with the Colts, but I'm going to choose the Texans to win this one. And it's going to be a close one, 17-14 type game. That might even be a higher score than actually what the actual outcome will be, but it's going to be a crazy game. It's going to be a crazy low scoring game, high defense for sure.
Oh my gosh,
D'Amico Ryans
guys.
went up against his old boss, so maybe he just really knows that defense and knew what they
Could
were
be.
doing and how to prep for them. So
Could be.
I mean, like I said, I saw that with Sean when he went up against the entire NFC South. Like he game planned so well against them. So
Nico's a solid wide receiver, man.
Yeah.
And I saw it firsthand. Unfortunately, I'm not going to talk about that game, but yeah.
Hey, well, look, if any of you guys, I don't know the rest of your guys' schedules, but if any of you guys play the Pittsburgh Steelers, they just added another safety. New England Patriots getting busy here. They just traded Kyle Duggar now to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So this team is getting absolutely busy, shipping off some players for a team that's 6-2, by the way. Doesn't sound like a team that's 6-2, trading all their players right now, but a little interesting.
Broncos fan for life. Don't remind me about that game. Don't remind me about that. That was probably like.
Don't worry, buddy. I'm there with you. I'm right there with you on that one. But Marcus, let's go down to you. What are your thoughts on this one?
Tough game. Looking at the spread of this game, the Texans are favored by 1.5, which is interesting. It's at home. 80% of the money is on the Broncos. Big red flag for me. I do like the under in this game. That total points 39.5. I don't know. I feel like Bo Nix going from the really shitty defense that Dallas is to going to the direct opposite, having to go against a team like Houston. You got pass rushers galore on that side of the ball. I think Houston wins in a really like close game, like 17-16 kind of game. I think it's gonna be really close, but I think Houston wins in a close one. I think it's gonna be a big test for the Broncos to go against a tough defense like this, coming off on the heels of a really shitty defense like they played last week. I think it's a night and day kind of game for them from last week to this week.
Well, let's go ahead on over to you, Joe. Wrap us up with this game. Who are you taking?
Yeah, I think this goes back down to the quarterbacks. Both quarterbacks have to show what they have. They've both been inconsistent throughout the season. And which quarterback is going to make the mistake that's going to cost their team? Because you've seen the inconsistencies, especially in C.J. Stroud, just the last 2 weeks. So I think if the Broncos can get to C.J. Stroud and get him making those mistakes that he's prone to, and he just likes to throw the ball wherever he can, especially when he's getting flustered, I think the Broncos can be able to pull this game off. And I'll take the Broncos in this matchup.
All right, Joe is going to take the Broncos in this one, so we'll kick it off to you guys. Let us know who you are taking in the comment section below. Let's go ahead and let's get on into the next game because, James, your Chargers coming off of a big win are going to be playing the Tennessee Titans with an interim head coach and a backup offensive line coach. Feels like an opportunity for you guys to get 2 back-to-back wins here in the books. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but the big thing of it about traveling West Coast, East Coast teams, early games, I always get nervous about that one way or another. Now, I also get nervous that we kind of had a mini bye too, if you've tracked a little bit about, and I'm sure you guys have not. Justin Herbert kind of being out in town with Madison Beer, going to the World Series, Halloween parties, just kind of relaxing and everything too. I get kind of nervous about teams kind of taking that step back from the game a little bit and then trying to get things going on again with this team. It's kind of a bummer to see, but at the same side, interesting thing in the preseason, a lot of people said the Chargers are going to lose to the Titans. I think that's kind of a weird statement to say something like that right now because Titans are in a disarray as a team right now. I just don't think they have the firepower to basically stand up to the Chargers. So personally, I just think the Chargers are going to win this one for sure.
All right, James is going to take his Chargers in this one. Marcus, let's go down to you. You going to take the Chargers also?
Probably. I mean, it's a big number, 9.5 points favorite for the Chargers, 9.5 point favorite. 97% of the money is on the Chargers. I think the Chargers win, but I think it's going to be a close game, closer than I think they cover the 10 points. That's what I would have to say. Also, too, Mike McCoy's the current interim head coach of the Titans, former Chargers head coach from back in the 20-teens. So there's that level of revenge there in this game, so to speak. Calvin Ridley might be back this week, so it's another guy, but man, Tennessee Titans offensive line's horrible. They can't block a soul. Yeah. So yeah, I do think with all that, I think it's Chargers have just too much. So yeah, I'll take the Chargers to win, but I'll take Tennessee in the spread.
Ooh, all right. Marcus is also going to take the Chargers. Joe, are you going to make this 3 out of 3 Chargers?
Oh, of course. I've seen the Tennessee Titans and they're horrible. Like Come on, the Raiders beat the Tennessee Titans, and it wasn't even pretty. When Cam Ward is throwing the ball backwards each and every play, like he can't even hold on the ball. When somebody's blitzing him and Khalil Mack's going to be in his face, the ball's going backwards. He's going to fumble the ball, and they're going to put the Chargers in good situations. This is going to be a cake game for him. And that 9.5, I think they're being fair. They're being nice to the Tennessee Titans this week, giving them 9.5. I mean, it should be 15, maybe 20, because it's going to get ugly in Tennessee.
Absolutely. Ryan, let's go on up to you. Wrap us up with this game. Who are you taking?
Chargers. I mean,
well, I'm not the hot hand then.
What else is there to say? I mean, yeah, Titans are not good at all. Nothing against Cam Ward. I think he's going to be a solid quarterback. He's just in a bad situation and bad organization. I mean, they fired Vrabel when they should not have fired Vrabel. So who knows what they're doing? But yeah, Chargers are going to win this one. I think everyone's going to get their lick against the Titans easily. And yeah, have fun with another win.
Have fun with another win.
Take it.
Getting closer to us.
6-3, baby. Let's get there.
Let's go ahead and let's transition to what is expected to be the game of the week and what very well could be another AFC championship game. Hopefully not, but it probably is going to be. We got the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. Marcus, we know how this story goes. It feels like it's always the Bills in the regular season, the Chiefs in the postseason. Do you think it's time that you guys flip the scripts and get a win in the regular season?
Yeah, I think this is a different type of Bills team, man. I mean, usually they have a vaunted defense that everyone's scared of in the regular season, and it just hasn't been that way for them at all. And that's a myriad of reasons. You have injuries. Ed Oliver out for the season now with a biceps injury. Taylor Rapp's out for the season. Yeah, it's not, I mean, you know, we saw a couple weeks ago, Bijan Robinson looked like Walter Payton against them on Monday night. They're the second worst run defense in the league. And again, Chiefs don't run the ball a lot, but they will run enough to keep you honest. And that'll open up the passing game for us. But yeah, with the injuries that they have over there, the Bills ranked like the 20th in yards per play allowed. They're not a good third down defense. And it's the way the offense has been clicking for us. I think it's just a lot to love for Kansas City this week. Chiefs opened up as a 1.5 point favorite at Buffalo. The line has since gone up to 2.5 now in some sports books. And from what I've seen, 65% of the money is on the Bills to win this game. Of course, you're getting 2.5 points at home. So 65% of the money to cover and about 50-50 on the overall money line in this one. But I'm going to go Chiefs in this one. I think us being a favorite at Buffalo, yeah, and all the injuries they have going on over there, I think, yeah, it's a Mahomes spot. A small favorite on the road. That's where he gets his money.
Marcus is going to take his Kansas City Chiefs against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Joe, what do you think about this one?
I mean, I think it should be a close game, but I am worried about the Buffalo defense because it's not, like you said, it's not the same that they've been. But this is a good test for the Kansas City defense, especially going up against a guy who's hot right now in James Cook and seeing if they can actually hold that running game going, because in a couple games this year, they've given up a lot of rushing yards. And so if they can get James Cook into check, that would be a great start. But I think the Buffalo defense just isn't there this year. And you could play this offense with the Kansas City Chiefs have been going, especially with Rice back. They could play score to score with the Buffalo Bills and be able to win this game. So I'll take the Chiefs in a close game.
All right. Joe is also going to take the Chiefs in this one. Ryan, we know you love to go with the hot hand, but you're going to take the Chiefs in this one?
Dude, this guy Jose is on my ass. He knows my patterns. Yeah, I'm going to take the Chiefs. Listen, I put my trust in the Buffalo Bills too many times in the past, and they burned me every single time. So I need the Chiefs to lose right now, just in case, we lose while Pat's injured. But it's not going to happen. Like you guys said, questions with this Bills defense. Bills have dropped some games to like some questionable teams, like the Falcons as well. Josh Allen's playing very well, but this overall team they're a little wishy-washy. And I have no faith in Sean McDermott either. I think he should have been fired 2 to 3 years ago. But whatever. I'm going to take the Chiefs. They're rolling right now. I do not like the Chiefs. I just want to make that clear. They're asking me who I should pick, so I'm picking who I think will win just based off of analysis. But in my heart, every ounce in me would love for the Chiefs to lose. Would just absolutely love it if it did happen.
You're being realistic, Ryan. Of course. Yeah. That's what we want at the end of the day, right?
Paul, man.
Be like, I hate you, and so I'm not going to pick you. But we want you guys to have your realistic picks so you guys can back up, and that's exactly what Ryan's doing here. James, let's go on over to you. Wrap us up. You're going to make this 4 out of 4 Chiefs?
Yep, definitely going to do that. Bills haven't beat a good team all season.
If you really look at who, that is a fact.
And they lost to the Patriots, a thriller. That was a great game, by the way. So I just don't think that they have the ability to beat a good team. Bad defense right now, just kind of losses. Ed Oliver basically going out, starting to have a lot of injury issues and everything too. I think offensively they're good, but I just don't know if they're going to keep pace with the Chiefs on this one. So I'm definitely taking the Chiefs on this one.
Yeah, Buffalo with one of the worst run defenses also, so maybe for an opportunity for KC to get the ball rolling there a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher in like 30+ games, including playoffs. So
yeah, if you can stop James Cook, that's exactly how Buffalo wants to win. Make Josh Allen beat you through the air. And when you do that, he's been turning the football over. He did that against the Falcons. He did that against the Patriots. When he doesn't turn the football over and James Cook gets going, that's when the Buffalo Bills start rolling offensively. Make them one-dimensional, and you'll force Josh Allen to throw a couple of turnovers there.
Yep.
Well, let's go ahead and let's get into the final game of the week. The Raiders, coming off of a bye week, are going to be playing the Jacksonville Jags. Joe, let's just kick this one to you. Do you think there's any way coming out of the bye week you guys are extra prepared and get this win?
I mean, there's always a way. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. If the Raiders can control the clock and get Ash and Genty going, like, you can't have the same game plan that you had when you went against the Kansas City Chiefs and only try to give your star running back 6 carries, right? You got to give him the ball 20-something times a game. You got to get him involved, and you got to be able to get to Trevor Lawrence because – let's admit, Trevor Lawrence is one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the NFL. So if you can get to him, you can be able to do it. But the Raiders won't be able to do anything if they're not able to get that running game going. So, of course, I'm going to take the Raiders to win this game. There's no doubt about me not taking them. But I think it might be a little bit close. But the Raiders defense should make a big play on this. Max Crosby should be able to steal the deal in the fourth quarter in this game.
Wow. All right. Well, let's go up and let's go to Ryan. Ryan, what do you think about this one?
I'm going to take the Jaguars. You know, I do agree that Trevor Lawrence is like very overrated, but I think he's a solid quarterback. I mean, I'm sure the Raiders would love to have him over Geno Smith, but like, yeah, for a guy that was supposed to be, I remember these exact words, like the most secure pick, like almost ever in the draft. I forgot who said that, like generational talent, blah, blah, blah. Funny how that all turned out. But I mean, they beat the Chiefs. They have been playing some decent ball compared to the Raiders, who have not been playing good ball at all. I mean, that's just the reality of the Raiders. Like, I'm not trying to hate. That's just the reality. Like, you guys just haven't been playing well. You've had your injuries as well, with like Brock Bowers as well. But I'm going to pick the Jaguars on this one. I just think that they're slightly the better football team, and they are 4-3. You guys are 2-5. But I would not be surprised if this is one of those games that I mentioned, guys, where the Raiders, squeak out a win against a pretty solid team, but Jacksonville is like more middle of the pack. So, but yeah, I'm going to pick the Jaguars.
All right, Ryan's going to pick the Jags. James, let's go over to you. Who are you going to pick?
So I always look at the stats and just say, hey, what are their trends this season? Defensively, Raiders and Jags are pretty similar ranked, so they're not much of a difference there. The difference is the offensive scoring. Jags score about 6 points more per game. I just think if the Raiders, to the point that is just made, like Ryan basically hit it on the head, this could be one of those games that you come off a bye, you figure things out, and maybe you could kind of get your right season going on, get the right momentum for this team. But I don't have faith in the Raiders, so I'm choosing the Jags. Simple as that.
James is also going to take the Jags. Marcus, are you going to make this 3 out of 4 Jags?
No, I'm going to go Raiders here. This is strictly betting line, man. The fact that the Raiders are only a 3-point dog at home against Jacksonville, who Jacksonville has at times looked good this year, and they beat us on Monday Night Football. I mean, man, like 90% of the money is on the Jags, and 90% of the spread money is also on the Jags in this one. It's only 3 points. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. And the fact that doesn't make any sense to me at all, I got to go with the Raiders here. And also, too, Pete Carroll's a vet coach, a winning coach, coming off a bye. He's getting things together after that horrible. I mean, the last time we saw them, they got goose egged against the Chiefs. So, I mean, like, this is a big bounce back game for them to have any kind of like spine in that locker room after getting dominated by the Chiefs. I think this is a big game for them. I think Tyler Lockett brings some vet presence back in that offense. You see the Raiders win this game. I think it's one of my favorite games of the week based on the line here. But yeah, I'll go Raiders.
Wow. All right. Marcus is going to take the Raiders in this one. I certainly didn't see that one coming, but this is where we kick it off to you guys. What are your thoughts about these games? Who are you taking in week 9? Let us know in the comment section below. On your way out, make sure you guys leave a big like on this video here at the AFC West Roundtable. It supports us significantly. Make sure you guys do support our sponsors linked in the description box below. Supporting the sponsors does support the channel. Make sure you subscribe here to the AFC West Roundtable so that you get notified every single time we post a video and every single time we go live so that you guys can get in on the discussion. As always, make sure you guys subscribe to these guys' individual channels linked in the description box below. But until next time, my name is Colby Cochran, host here of the AFC West Roundtable, a show brought to you by Roundtable Sports. We will see you next Tuesday, same time, same place. Thanks for watching.
Roundtable Sports Network is your one-stop shop for all things NFL, with daily live shows covering all 8 divisions in the league, hosted by the best content creators on the web, all on one network. Real coverage, real fans.
Sleeper. Use the promo code you see on the screen, RTS, and you'll get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states. Check out Sleeper today. Link in the description box below. And let's go ahead and let's build up a quick parlay with what Sleeper has for us to work with so far into this week. And Ryan, of course, you are top of the division. They do have a couple of lines here for the Denver Broncos and the Houston Texans. So I do want to get your thoughts on this. The only one they have right now for the Denver Broncos is Will Lutz, 7.5 kicking points. Are you taking him over or under that?
Kicking points, I'll take him over. I'll take him over
on that?
Yeah, I don't know how close to the red zone we'll get and those scoring opportunities because the Texans have a very good defense. So I think this is going to be a game where we're going to take points when we can get them.
Yeah, I certainly agree with that. I love that. Now, looking at this Denver Broncos defense, they got CJ Stroud for 17.5 rushing yards. Do you trust your defense to keep him under, or do you think he'll go over that?
I think he'll go over. Typically, we let quarterbacks run around a little bit sometimes. Dak was running quite a bit. I think he definitely had over that amount. So I'll take CJ Stroud over on that. If it depends. Well, the other thing is Dallas has a solid offensive line. So if the Texans, if they can create the pocket in the opening, then he'll be able to get it. But if it just collapses and our pass rush gets there, then he'll be under. So, but I think I'll take the over.
And then let's do this last one here. Obviously, Patrick Surtain not going to be playing in this game. And Nico Collins, they have him for over or under 58.5 receiving yards.
Over. I mean, yeah, especially if Riley Moss is covering him, barbecue chicken all day. Yeah. Screw that
you
guy.
Hate Riley Moss,
with a burning passion of 1,000 suns.
I saw a stat the other day. It was like he's like one of the best cornerbacks, like a statistical category. And I was like, man, not if you ask Ryan. If you ask Ryan.
Some people know. Some people notice it. Other people, they just have an emotional attachment to him just because he's a white corner. So they refuse to just see. Don't get me wrong, he makes some good plays, but then he gets some pass interferences, and then he's boom or bust. Boom or bust. I want consistency. Pat isn't boom or bust. He's consistent. Riley Moss, boom or bust. He'll either get a great pass block or he'll just get torched. And then just give a big play. My boy Imperil, shout out Imperil. He knows ball. He's
Moss
always in my chat.
Moss
he knows ball.
How about that?